Hi, it's me again with Corel Roll Tips and Tricks. And somebody asked how they could draw this window and the bricks. I'm going to do the window right now. I just drew a circle. The picture, the thing's not a perfect circle as they're taken at an angle. It's not a perfect circle, so the sides don't really meet, but you could make that work. And then I duplicated this line 22.177 degrees. So I'm going to Control D, a rotation to the bottom. I'm just going to hit the plus sign, 22.177. Now this one's going to be a little bit harder. Duplicate. I'm going to make that 360 degrees. Now we need to bring out a calculator. 360 minus 22.177 is 337.82. $337.82. Control D, Control D. I'm going to go ahead and, no, we don't have to do that. We're just going to draw a line. Take your 2-point line and go from there to there. We're going to make it the same as those other lines. I can't remember what they were. They're 16 points. So we'll grab our line, turn it to 16 points. Now you need to make these other circles. So just take your circle tool, your ellipse tool, and you know what? It'd be easier just to take your original, Control D and make a duplicate, hold down the Shift key and grab that corner, and it'll bring it in perfectly. I'm going to nudge it over just a little bit. Control D and make a duplicate, hold down the Shift key, bring it outward. Control D and make a duplicate, hold down the Shift key and bring it outward. That didn't really work. Put it in the center. Hold down I was holding down the Control button. Now select these three lines by holding down the Shift button and turn them into 16 points. Now, some of the windows, can't really tell, don't have all the way through. So let's take the virtual segment delete key and let's just swipe through this line. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Take the virtual segment delete key and delete that line, that line. We'll just delete the bottom circle. Just kind of swipe through there and delete those lines. There's a little bit hanging over the edge. And there's, 6 lines or something, so it's going to take a few virtual segment delete key strokes to get it gone. You could do this a little faster by, so there we have it. Now, we need to look at the picture. So I'm going to set my nudge distance on, click off everything, go to nudge distance. Let's see how big this thing is, 56 inches. So let's make it 60 inches. Grab the bricks and move them over. And you can see that that line and that line don't go through. So we're going to take a virtual segment delete key and delete that line, and delete that line, and go ahead and delete that line. Now we're a little bit off on our circle being perfect, but easily fixed. Let's zoom in here. Virtual segment delete key and delete those outer parts. Now I'm going to turn them all black. Then I'm going to take our window and put it back. Now the outer border is bigger, so there's a couple things we could do there. Probably should have done that before I Control D and make a duplicate, hold down the Shift key and bring it in. And you can see how the window's not equal, or the picture's skewed. Then take your shape tool and just bring those down. Now we're going to go with virtual segment delete key, and let's delete that outer part, the inner part. then you should be able to, it shouldn't leak. Let's zoom in here. Yeah, it shouldn't leak. But I'm still going to do what I always do, put a rectangle around it, take the Smart Fill tool. Yeah, I got a little bit of a leak. So let's back up. Our leak's got to be right in here. Take the, yeah, that shouldn't be leaking. Let's go past it. Take the Smart Fill tool. Yep, something's leaking. Might be this line right here. Go a little bit past it. We're changing our arc a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it. There we go. So now you have the window. Now he hasn't answered my question yet whether he's going to cut this out and engrave it. But that is how I would draw that window. It's a little bit, it's not perfect, but you could play around with it and make it perfect. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.